guess I'll take it from here. Good afternoon. This is the Ray and Ray Show. My name is Ray McAllister. And, of course, this is Ray Carroll. Hey, we're here. And we've done some unusual shows recently. As you know, Ray and I are going to be starting our third season together,
That's right.
Ray.
That's right. 3 years. 3 years I had to put up with you, right?
Yeah. 2 whole years, actually. Well, you know, we were at many different places, folks. We got to meet Dave Bing was our first one. In fact, why don't we take it away for a couple minutes, folks, and we're going to show you Dave Bing, right? We'll be right back and show you Dave Bing. Got that, Director? Can you hear us? Take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ray and Ray Show. I'm Ray Carroll, and my co-host is Ray McAllister. Today we're at the Detroit Tennis and Squash Club here in Farmington Hills at the Joe Dumars tennis tournament. This is to benefit Children's Hospital here in Michigan. How you doing, Ray?
I don't know. A lot of confusion around here.
Who have we got right here, Ray?
Well, this is little Jeremy Harper. Jeremy, you're going to try to meet some people. We're having a little trouble, but we'll make it. Okay? Okay. You know, folks, there are many different people here. With all the confusion around here, we've got to kind of watch our toes. So we're hoping to get some of these people as they see them. As you can see, when Henry's scanning, there's Dave Bing is over there on the right. And we'll get to talk to him in a couple minutes, and hopefully we'll talk to Joe Dumars himself. Right?
Well, right now, it's a little bit of ball of confusion, Ray, but maybe we'll get it straightened out as the program goes on here, Ray.
That's true. Okay, let's see if we can talk to Dave Bing for a minute, okay, folks? Okay. All right, folks, we're back here at the tennis club. You know, when I talked with Dave Bing last year, I had trouble getting the audio, so I had trouble with the audio the last time. But Dave, it is so good to see you, and I'll tell you one thing, you're looking leaner and probably good as you always are.
Well, thank you very much. I've been very lucky. I like to lie and tell people I really work out and I watch my weight and all of that, but it's all hereditary. It's in the genes.
Now, I understand you're in this area. You've got a metal shop in this area, or around this.
Yeah, I'm an automotive supplier, both in the steel area and in the plastics area and in the foam area. So I'm pretty involved. There are about 8 different plants that we have here now.
Dave, could I ask you, how tall are you, Dave?
When I stopped playing basketball, I was 6'3". I may have shrunk an inch or 2 since then, though.
Okay, hey, Dave, could you please tell our viewing audience where you make your home?
My home is here in Detroit. I've been here for the last 31 years, even though I played in another city, back in my hometown, Washington, D.C., but now Detroit's home.
Okay, it used to be Washington, D.C., though.
That is right. Born and raised in D.C.
Well, I want to tell you something. Thank you very much, Dave, for giving us this little interview and making our television program just a little bit more special. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Dave.
Thank you.
Jeremy, get in the middle of it quick.
Okay, that was Dave Bing, right?
Yeah, that was Dave Bing. You know, he played with the Detroit Pistons many years ago. He never got to win on a championship team. But I'll tell you, that was incidentally, folks, that was at the Tennis Squash in Farmington Hills. We're sorry we didn't get most of the other interviews because something happened that day which we were very disturbed about. It's not that we don't mind Joe Dumars, because we think Joe Dumars is quite a nice person. I'll tell you one thing, it was a nice place.
Sure it was.
It was a lot of congestion, folks, and if you ever get down there, go down there and look at Joe Dumars' place like that. In fact, he's got a field house.
Now, that was to benefit what, Ray? Do you know? The Children's Hospital?
Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital.
And I thought that was
Yes.
nice. You know, a gentleman that has for 5 years, you know, he's done that, and like I think when we talked to Don Shane a little while, he was very nice enough to tell us that he does something different in this.
Now, who are we going to show next? Is it Don Shane that we're going to show?
No, we're going to see that guy got mixed up with him. Remember, I called him Jones, Steve Jones.
Oh, he asked me how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I asked him how to pronounce his last name.
He said Jones.
Yeah, and it was so funny, folks. You couldn't believe how funny it was, you know. So, in fact, this guy, that we're going to see the interview, he did play with the Portland Trail Blazers at the time. And he also was on the championship team. He played with Bill Walton, if you remember Bill Walton. He played at UCLA. I know Ray does not know this because he does not keep up in sports. He's a rock and roll buff.
Yeah, well, you know, you're the avid sports fan here, Ray.
Yeah.
I love sports, but I'm not into it as much as...
That's true. But this is who this is. But he played with Bill Walton. In fact, Bill Walton did play with the Boston Celtics back years ago, and he also played with the Portland. And Portland was the only one to ever win a championship. So let's take it away with Mr. Jones. And Mr. Jones, I'm sorry we got your name pronounced wrong, but we hope you enjoy that little small interview. We'll see you in about a couple minutes, folks.
All right, we're back here at the Tennis Squash Club, and we've got a gentleman named Steve. How do you pronounce your last name? Young?
Jones. Jeez,
I'm sorry.
This is bad as Bob and Bob.
I know.
We can't do Ray and Steve and Ray.
Okay. Now, did you play when the Pistons won their championship that year?
No. I'm older than dirt. You know, and the last time that anybody saw me play was the year before the Trailblazers won their championship in '77.
Oh, back when...
Walton was playing.
Oh, yeah.
The guy I work with on NBC now.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe I'm refreshing your memory now, huh?
Oh, well.
Stay with me on this, okay?
That was a glorious year. You had a good coach.
Jack Ramsey. Yeah, he was a great coach for the Trailblazers, and they had a big run. And unfortunately, they're trying to get back up on top of that mountain. But
that's pretty hard to.
Yeah, well, it is. It is right now. We got to kick the Bulls off.
We're trying to do that too. You want to ask?
Yes. Could you tell us, Steve, where you make your home at?
Jesus, Ray. I mean, we got trouble with the questions.
Okay. If that's confidential, you don't have.
I live in Portland, Oregon, and you know, it's always been fun to come back here. This is the 5th time I've been back here, and maybe this year, because you guys are interviewing me, I might win the thing.
Yeah, this is good. This is going to be good luck for you, Steve. It really is.
I hope so.
Could you tell us how tall you are, Steve?
6'5".
6'5".
A real 6'5". There are a lot of guys that pretend they're 6'5".
You don't have your high heels on, do you?
That's right.
Tell me this much. What do you think the Pistons this past year? Do you think they got a good chance coming on in the future? Or?
Well, I mean, I thought their past season, they overachieved. They had a great regular season, but probably had to depend too much on one style of play, and it caught up with them, and I think they're going to try to diversify their game. They should be tough next year.
That's good.
All right.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
All right, guys.
Hold on a minute, Steve. We want to get a picture.
Hey, that was quite an interview, wasn't it?
Yeah. No.
That guy was funny.
Yeah.
You know, he was funny, very embarrassing.
Well, you
folks.
might want to tell the audience why you said that, Ray. I mean, you
Well, he
forgot
did
you
before
forgot
we-
you forgot his name. So
Yeah.
you said, how do you pronounce his last
Yeah.
name? He said Jones.
Yeah, just, you know, it was so fun. You know, we've done many things on this show, folks. You know, in all the years we've been on here, we have done a lot of things you're not going to believe. In fact,
We've had some very nice, interesting people, Ray.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
You know, we've. I think we put. I'll be honest. I think we put Comcast on the map.
I think so too.
I think we showed
I think
people.
number one, I'm very prejudiced for our little program. I don't care what anybody says. We bring the Waterford viewing audience a whole lot of celebrities. You know.
No, nobody expects to meet these folks because I'll tell you one thing. If you don't watch the Ray and Ray show, you'll never expect to see all these nice celebrities.
That's right.
And in fact, I think when Ray first started, you know, he never expected us to see all these people. Did you, Ray?
Well, I didn't expect to meet that many people. No.
Never
I thought
did.
maybe I was just going to meet you, and that was it, Ray. You know.
Besides working together, he's retired. Ray is retired, folks, and he's
That's right.
enjoying
I don't
it.
do anything anymore.
He don't do anything. No, he just he sits on his Royal Highness, as they say. Well, I tell you,
It got thinner and thinner and better looking.
yeah. You know, who's our next interview? Remember our next? interview?
Sure I do. It's we're going to talk to Don Shane here, aren't we?
That's right. That was Don Shane. If you know Don Shane, folks, he was from Channel 7. He's a sportscaster. He also played against Eva Montoya in that Daredevil tournament. They had I think it was a pool tournament, and you know he lost.
And Don Shane.
Yeah, he won the first game, but after that much. But you know, folks, Don Shane is one of the most interesting person. I think he was very cordial and very nice to talk to.
Oh, yes, he was. Very nice talk.
Very polite person. So if you want to take away for about a couple minutes, we'll see you right after Don Shane, folks.
All right, folks. Have you recognize this kind gentleman? This is probably the biggest name on Channel 7 and today, and this is Daredevil Don Shane, or better known as Don Shane himself.
How you guys doing today?
Pretty good, Don.
How are you, Don?
I'm fabulous. Out here for a great cause, messing with Joe and a bunch of athletes that I know and have seen all over the place, and raising a lot of money for Children's Hospital.
Well, that's pretty nice, but you met quite a few sports celebrities in your field.
I have indeed, and I don't think any of them are bigger than Joe or any classier than Joe. he's as good a guy as you want to meet, and we're fortunate to have a guy like that here in Detroit.
Well, you know what, Don? When I opened up the program, I told him that this was for Children's Hospital, and what a nice thing it is for Joe to do this, you know?
Well, you know what? It is wonderful, and you know, Joe's not a big golfer, and he was looking for something different to do. He is a big tennis player, so he decided to get this thing going about 5 years ago, and raised about $500,000, and you can't beat that.
That's really nice. Ray?
How did that golf tournament go in the Dearborn with all those, with Sparky and all them?
Oh, yeah, you know, that went all right. You know,
Now we're talking about that golf tournament there in Dearborn.
well, you know, it's terrific. You know, there's a lot of charity golf tournaments all over the Detroit area, and the ones that Sparky was involved in one last week, and that went real well. That was with Bo and for adrenal cancer, and Bobby Knight and a bunch of guys were there, and you got the Van Patrick coming up in Dearborn later on, about 2 or 3 weeks. So there's just so many charities going on in the Detroit area that you can't believe that people are involved as they are and give as much of their time and their money as they do.
Oh yeah, that's a busy thing, you know. Plus you guys give up your time and effort too.
We're busy, but it's fun. You know, you get a chance to go out there and meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of folks who have been involved in maybe watching you, and get a chance to meet you and chat a little bit about some things and answer some questions, and it's a lot of fun. I don't mind doing it. In fact, I like it a lot and look forward to doing stuff like this.
Well, Don, good luck to you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you very much, Don, for being on our
guys.
program.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Don.
All righty.
Hey, that was quite an interview. You know what, Don Shane was really a.
You like him, huh?
I like Don Shane. You know, he's a gentleman that really knew. You know, he knows a lot more than what the average sportscaster.
Well, he's the that's his job.
He's been a lot of celebrity. You know,
That's his job.
No, this is our job. We met Don Shane and all that. You know, folks, have you ever dreamed about meeting a celebrity, folks? I know Ray and I have often met many, many celebrities. And in fact, our show next week, you're going to see a lot of pictures of all the celebrities that Ray and I have met. And I'll tell you one thing, it'll be interesting. And I hope you enjoy that part of the show. Who's our next big one?
I think it's Mort Krim, right? Isn't it?
That's right. Let's have the cameraman. Cameraman, can you focus in on that little picture right there?
You ain't going to be able to see that, right?
Sure. Well, I don't have my big ones yet, but I would have. Can you, does that look good? Does it look good, camera people? Can you see it?
Well, they're gonna, Ray, they're gonna see it anyways.
Well, my movement is a picture. Can you see it? Just tell me. Should you see the picture? Can you see it? Good.
Why do you want them to see the picture anyways?
Well,
You're gonna show it to them in a minute.
I'm going to show them the interview. I just tell them who the big interview is, right? All right. This is Mort Krim, but like I say, let's hear what Mort Krim, what he sounds like, folks. Right?
Right.
Take it away for about 5 minutes, I believe.
Of a person with the integrity and the character and the heart of Steve Fisher. And to conclude our program tonight, we have a short video. I think Steve's already expressed it for all of you. I am a Michigan man.
Okay, folks, this next song we're going to dedicate to the coach of the University of Michigan, Coach Steve Fisher.
Here we got a big treat. We're meeting probably, I think, the best newsman that Channel 4 has to offer, and Mort Krim. You know, he's the guy behind.
How are you, Ray?
I'm glad to meet you, Mort.
I thought you had to be talking about Emery King or Devin Skillion. I wasn't.
Nah, you know, we met him Sunday. Tell us more. Where are you originally from?
Originally from a little coal mining town in the southern tip of Illinois called West Frankfort, not too far from Cairo, about 40 miles north of Paducah.
Mort, could you please tell us now, how long have you been in the broadcasting business? How long have you been doing this?
Boy, oh boy, I'll have to count.
Boy, oh
I
boy.
started when I was 16 years old, but I was almost 17. I was between high school and college, and I'm 61, so you do the math. But I've been at it a long time.
I see. I want to know how old I'm going to be when I get to your status. You know, that's where I want.
How old you'll be when you get to be my age? Well,
no, your status. No,
I
your
hope when
job-
you get to
your
be my
job-
age, you're as young as I am.
No, your job status. Your job. You see, one of these days I'm going to be an anchor person myself.
Yeah.
See? So I'm gonna,
Well, there's no accounting for low aspirations.
Tell me, Mort, you must have had some fun time, especially I bet you when you did the telethon, Jerry Lewis telethon, you had to put some long hours. That's a long 24 hours for you to put.
Yes, we did the Easter Seals telethon. I've appeared on the Jerry Lewis telethon back when Joe Glover was doing that. I think Rich Fisher was involved in it also over at Channel 2. But the Easter Seals telethon we did for 15 years. I started that with Gary Danielson and ended it with Chuck Gatica. And both of them delightful people to work with. And yeah, telethons are fun because you work hard and you feel like you're doing something important to help people who need help. And I always enjoyed the telethons, and I like people. And of course, you have a stream of people coming in all day and all night, and you know, who are there giving their time, donating their time and efforts, and it's fun.
It must be a lot of fun. Your career has been really blossomed. And how many years were you on WWJ?
Well, actually, they had just changed from WWJ to WDIV when I came. No, but that's all right. All the old-timers still call it that, Channel 4. I came in '78, and so I have been with the station 19 years.
If a person wanted to become like a disc jockey or like Ray, how would he go about doing it?
Well, if you wanted to become like Ray, the first thing you'd do would be grow a beard and a mustache and get a green jacket that says Ray on it and a 44, and then beyond that, I don't know. Is that your jacket size, or what?
No.
Oh, Channel 44.
Channel 44.
Okay.
That's Waterford, Mark.
You think that's why we have a yellow jacket?
Yeah, we have a nice yellow
Aha.
jacket.
I understand they can't fly.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, the green shoes like that.
That's pretty classy.
Yeah.
I taught him how to dress, Mark.
I can see that. I would have known that immediately.
I don't know where he got the shoes.
One more question.
Yes.
Who inspired you to become a broadcaster? Who inspired your career?
You know, there have been so many people along the way. Lowell Thomas and Paul Harvey certainly inspired me, and Paul took an interest in my career and actually was sort of a mentor to me very early. I think Paul is probably one of the most effective communicators, certainly on radio. He can say more with fewer words than almost anybody I know, and he always seems to pick just the right word, and of course he has a fabulous delivery. So there have been many people that have influenced me, and not all of them in the broadcasting industry. My father, who was a clergyman, had a very profound impact and influence on my life and my decision to go into journalism and do something that I felt was needed in society and that in somehow I hope would be important.
No, Ray, I just want to tell Mort here that I'm happy to have him on our television program. It was a pleasure meeting you, Mort.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. And it's been the easiest to keep you guys apart.
Yes.
This is easier than doing Regis and Kathy Lee.
Well,
'cause
we
at
just
least
talked to Ray Lane, so it was Ray and Ray and Ray. at the
Can you imagine that?
at the Royal Oak Music Theater.
Did you have a ray of sunshine while you were doing it?
Well,
Yes,
sure
we
did,
had
sure
we had a yellow jacket. And of course, we had to put his wife in the middle, make sure she was safe.
Yeah, we had to get careful.
Well, listen,
Gentlemen, thank you. It's been
again,
a,
thank
it's
you
been
very
a
much.
pleasure.
And
Thank you.
enjoyed you very much.
Thank you very much, Mort.
As you know, that was Mort Krim from WDIV, and we want to thank him for coming down. And I'll tell you, and Ray, guess what? You just missed Robbie Timmons by 2 minutes.
I miss Robbie Timmons.
Yes, sir.
Did you say hi to her?
I did, and I'll tell you one thing. If you wouldn't have been out, we would have got to meet her, but you were...
I had to smoke a cigarette. I couldn't
Well,
meet
big deal. The cigarette can't wait. Now,
Well,
I tell you...
I'd rather have a cigarette than meet Mort.
No, I told Robbie Timmons that she likes your eye, what Bill Kennedy told her, and she remembers that.
Oh, is that right?
So you're lucky. I almost got that interview by myself if I would have had the mic.
Well, we'll just take that off with our
Hey, that was quite an interview, you know?
That's right. Mort Krim had something to say about my beard and mustache. I told him that's...
Yeah, you want to know how to get a job there? You told him go get a green coat, a beard, and everything else. Oh, it's delightful. We want to tell you this one. Where we saw Mort Krim was at Novi, at the Doubletree Hotel. We were down there, and I'll tell you what, we did meet following people. We met Jay Berry, which we're sorry we the sound was good, but it was very loud, and we couldn't understand. And Jay Berry gave us a nice interview. We met Tim McCormick. We caught some of his, but not to our liking, folks, and we hope you enjoyed that. We would like to show you that. But unfortunately, that was one of those times when everything goes wrong, it goes wrong.
That wasn't a camera big enough to get to McCormick.
Well, he was 7 foot tall. He was 7. In fact, I think I got a picture of him. Let me show you a picture of what Tim McCormick looks like.
Yeah, but they're not going to show up that nice on television.
Yeah, that's true. I'll have to wait till I get my big one back. And I'll tell you one thing, folks. Right now, we're going to take it away for a couple minutes. We're going to in fact, this thing at the Doubletree Hotel was about Steve Fisher. This was something that the media had cooked up, something I guess had happened in his lifetime. You know, Steve Fisher did bring home a basketball champion for the NCAA, and then this year he brought, for '97, he brought an NIT tournament, and I'll tell you, it's quite a, excuse me, and I'll tell you, it's quite an accomplishment for a new coach, because he did take over. When he took over, you know, that guy took over when it was going to the finals, and next thing you know, Michigan won the big one.
What was that, 80? That was 88, 86?
Something like that, I think it was. But we're going to show you, listen to Steve Fisher for a couple minutes, and then we're going to have something treat for you next week's show. So we'll see you in about a couple minutes. Okay, folks? Take it away for a couple minutes.
Ken, I just want to say on behalf of Andy and Mark and Jonathan, how much we appreciate what you've done for the victory. Thank you. There can be none better. Anywhere, any of you work, don't try to hide. She's the very, very, very best. I don't know if there's room enough, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'd like to have our former and present coaches who are here with their families please to come up. I see Tim McCormick in the back. I was at his camp today and he was drilling a 7-foot sophomore. Hopefully he's trying to recruit him for Michigan. So McCormick, if you want to come up too, I'd like to have our coaches, if they would, come up, present and former. I think we might have some of both, and your families if you would. We are in the midst of our own recruiting right now, so we've flown in from all parts of the country. Most of you have not had a chance to meet Brian and Ingrid Ellerby. Brian came in, you're going to love both of them. Brian came in on the red eye from LA, and I said, I want you just to come on in tonight. He said, Coach, I got to go to Baltimore to see a player. So he took the red eye from LA at 2 in the morning to Baltimore to see a player, and then flew in here. So he's working on less than 0 sleep. Get to know them, great, great people. Chip Armour, where's Chip Armour at? Come on up, Chip, one of our former players also. And trainer was Rizzo, that doesn't possible. In closing, come on up, Macy. Dora. Thanks for coming. Hi, Dora. Come on up here for a second. Come on up.
We do. May go unnoticed. Like stopping to meet me. Stopping to meet me. Writing down your autograph along with Mr. Bullion. Allowing me to meet players in the tunnel after the
That was quite interesting. You know, Steve Fisher, you know, he's quite a basketball coach. He's a very interesting person. And, you know, it was a lot of fun being down at these different places. We've gone to these many different places. And I'll tell you one thing, I've learned a lot from these little different deals that we've done, folks. And I'll tell you one thing, it's been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And, Ray, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the people that we have interviewed.
Yes.
And, Mort Krim, Don Shane,
yep.
And the rest of them, you know.
That what's his name, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, Mr.
And
Jones.
we also want to thank the people that made this show possible, because you are the listener that made this show possible, because if it wasn't for you people watching us every week, we would never be here, and we wouldn't be able to show you these people like the likes of a Dave Bain or even a Jerry Mathers or anybody else. Because I tell you one thing, it was a lot of fun meeting all these celebrities.
That's right.
Because I tell you one thing, folks, you're enjoying yourself, because when you're watching Channel 44 and at 6 o'clock, you're watching the best show on cable.
That's right. That's
And
right.
we are the best. We are the best.
That's right. You think people are tuning into Home Improvement? No, they're tuning into Ray and Ray.
We know we're opposite of the newscast, but I'll tell you
We
one thing.
figured there's 45,000 people in the Waterford area, and probably about 44,000 watch the Ray and Ray show at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, wouldn't you say?
We hope.
Yeah, we probably, we got
We-
better than 2/3 of the viewing audience in Waterford.
We've got our share. Of course, we got Diane's keyboard following us, and that helps a lot too. Of course. Oh, incidentally, folks.
It does?
Well, no, we can't make fun of her show. It's in fact,
I know Diane.
Diane's got a special. Let me tell you, she's got a special show, folks, and it's a special show with her and Sherry Bunnell are going to be talking about. They're going to have a different kind of piano. When Kay and they did a dual piano, they're going to have Sherry is going to do it. So they're going to have an interesting show. But I tell you what, it was a lot of fun meeting these people. Oh, incidentally, folks, if you're ever in the Oxford area, we're on at 6 o'clock on every Wednesday night in Oxford.
In Oxford. Channel what? 21 is
21
it,
is 21. That's right. So if you're in the Oxford area, so you get to watch you get to watch Ray every Wednesday night. Isn't that nice? Hey, I think they're trying to.
That's right, Ray. That's why I hit your arm. Pay attention to what's happening
Pay
here.
attention to what's happening. I'm just killing time. You know, you have to kill time in this, folks. If you don't know what time is.
But don't kill the program.
Don't kill the program. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, banging it. You know, I see those camera people pulling hair out. You know. Uh-oh.
Is it time for us to go, Ray? Is it time for us to go?
No, is it? Oh, 1 minute.
Okay.
Well, Ray, go ahead and close the show.
You want me to close it up?
Yeah.
Are we finished, Ray? Are you finished babbling on? Okay.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to watch the Ray and Ray Show every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock on Channel 44, Waterford Comcast Cablevision. That's the Ray and Ray Show every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. Please stay tuned for Diane's keyboards.
That's right, folks. Enjoy yourself. I'll try to get the last word if I can. Goodbye for now.
So, now we're going to show these.
Yep.
No, we can just keep on going.
Got 27 seconds.
That's okay. We can just go on talking just like this.
Just keep talking. She can bring our mics down. We can just keep talking, baby. Blah, 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 blah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ray and Ray Show. I'm Ray Carroll, and my co-host is Ray McAllister. And today we're at the Royal Oak Music Theater, and we have a surprise coming up. We're going to have Sparky Anderson, I think, aren't we, Ray?
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
And I'll tell you one thing, we're going to meet a few other people like Alan Trammell's supposed to be here, Bo Schembacher, U of M, and like that much. As you know, tomorrow starts the Sparky Anderson Golf Classic.
That's right.
It should be very interesting, and I hope you stick around for all these nice interviews.
Is Ray Lane going to be here, Ray?
Ray Lane will be here.
That'd be nice.
And we will see him if possible, and we'll see other people too. So take a little break, folks, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe, but this is probably the dean of baseball like Casey Stengel was, but now he is George Sparky Anderson, used to be our Detroit Tigers coach and also the Cincinnati Redlegs coach. Sparky, it's good to meet you, and I'll tell you what, I've watched you many times, and I've enjoyed the many years you've had with the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I enjoyed all the years, some better than others, but I will say this, I enjoyed Detroit. The people in Detroit and Michigan, period, they're working people. You know, they're people that are for real. They're not that say one thing and look the other way on you. When they tell you something, they mean it. They tell you directly.
Well, I tell you, Sparky, the people that I've known in the many years that I've been on this planet just think that you're probably one of the nicest and most congenial individuals that ever coached the Tigers. And, you know, I was hoping like crazy before you got out of there that you would have gotten another pennant, doggone it. That's what I want for you because you're so well-liked, Sparky.
Well, you know, you always hope for those things, but you have to appreciate, and I found out since I've been out of the game, and I look back on the 26 years that I managed, and I say, how lucky could someone be to have all the good things that happened to me happen? When you're in it, for some selfish reason, you never look and are thankful. And then when you get out and you look back, you say, boy, I was a lucky person.
That's right. Well, I think you have been, Sparky. I think you've been real lucky, you know. But so is the Tigers. You know? Well, not lately now.
Well, I'll tell you what, this year I am really pleased with the way they're playing this year. Randy Smith, the general manager, has done a tremendous job. When you look at the fact that basically there's only 2 players left of 25 that were here in 95 when I was here. They've changed 23 players, and their ball club has really improved. I watched them play in Anaheim 2 days, and I said right then, I said, this here is not the same club I used to watch play.
Sparky, one more question, I'll let you go. How would you compare that when you had the Cincinnati Redlegs to the Tigers?
Well, they're different clubs. Of course, you had the DH over here, which was different. But you have to be honest, and you always have to be fair. The Reds put about 3 or 4 Hall of Famers in there. That's awful hard to undo. You know, they were one of, in my opinion, one of the great teams. I don't know where you place them, but they were one of the great ones.
I bet you had an inspiring career. Do you have any future plans? You're going to get into coaching again, or?
No, I have no plans that way. I do have plans to stay close to the game. I do television color for the broadcasting for Fox at home for the Angel games. I enjoy watching them play. They're an outstanding young club. I think in 2 or 3 years from now, we're going to be looking at a club similar to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah? I want to ask one more, then I'll let you go. I don't mean to keep you like this. I know it's a big deal. What is this tournament that's where you're sponsoring? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, what it does, it raises a tremendous amount of money for us, for the kids. See, our foundation is a lot different than a lot of other ones. Ours, the money goes to the children. There's none of us getting paid. We're not taking Edsel Ford, who is unbelievable, don't take a dime. Alan Franks, he don't get a dime. We don't have a process. I always said when we started, if you don't want to give it to us free, we don't want you. We don't need that. The kids are the ones that we want to give it to, and the kids are the ones that we want to try to help. And by helping the children, I think you relieve such a tremendous burden off of their parents, the worry that they have.
Well, good enough, Sparky. We want to get a picture with you and Jeremy, and then we'll let you go. Thanks, Sparky. And
Sparky, thank you very much, Sparky.
Good luck to you. Folks, we're here at the Sparky Anderson class. We have a treat for you. If you ever listen to Channel 4 News, you're listening to one of the greatest newscasters since Mr. Just retired.
Mort Grimm.
Yeah, you took over Mort Grimm's job, didn't you?
I sure did.
And what's your name again? I forget.
Devin Skillion.
Devin Skillion.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, where are you from, Devin?
Originally from Kansas, the area around Fort Riley and Junction City, but I grew up in the military, and so by the time I was 18, we'd moved about a dozen times. So where I'm from is the hardest thing you can ask me.
How long have you worked for Channel 4 News?
I've been here for 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah. Came from
How come I haven't seen you out there? I must not be watching enough Channel 4.
We got to get you on Channel 4 then. That's the deal.
Have you ever watched too much of Channel 7 or?
That's the problem.
Tell me, how did you get started in your career?
I originally went to the University of Kansas with the intention of becoming an actor, and was studying theater. And somewhere along the line, just fell in love with journalism. Was working on a lot of radio shows and things like that in those days, and doing TV commercials, and just really started to fall in love with television news.
Have you always wanted to be a newscaster? Did you like sports like that?
Yeah, I thought about switching to sports a couple of times because I love sports, and but deep in my heart, I guess I'm mostly a news person. Plus, sports is kind of my passion, and somebody once told me, never let your passion be your job.
Is there any way you can come down there and tour and see some background of the news? It would be possible?
I think so, yeah. We don't do tours all that often, but for you guys, you know, maybe we can work.
Well, that's nice.
Why don't we get you watching Channel 4 anyway?
I swear, I watch all the news. I really do. Why haven't I seen you enough?
Well, I'm there at 5 and 11. I don't know.
I must be in bed.
That's it. 11 o'clock is late for a lot of people.
Okay, folks, we're going to meet some of the people down at Channel 4.
Right.
Meet Chuck Gatica and a few others. And we'd like to...
Chuck Gatica on our program before.
Yeah, we'd like to see how a newscast is put together, and we'll show you something different. We're excited. So again, thank you very much, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Now we're going to let you go eat.
I'll do that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, folks, here we're having a big treat. If you're listening, probably my second favorite station, because number one, we had Channel 4, now we're going to Channel 7. This is Guy Coleman, and I'll tell you one, he's one of the wonderful, pleasant voice.
Guy Gordon. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I apologize again.
I almost stopped and said, is his last name Gordon? Although I got it wrong all this time.
It's one of those air names. I change it every now and then.
This is Guy Gordon from Channel 7 News, where he does a lot of newscasts. And Guy, you are really quite a newscaster.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to be here, our 10th annual Motor City Golf Classic, and I get to host the event. So that's one of the nice sidelines you get when you do this.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Grand Rapids, been here almost 13 years now, so this is home.
Guy, how long have you been working for Channel 7 News?
I got here in 1984, right after the World Series victory, about the week after, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty lucky.
Okay, would you say hi to Robbie Timmons for me?
I will. Absolutely. Now, which Ray is which? I got to make sure that I get the right one.
Well,
right?
my last name is Carroll.
Okay.
C-A-R-R-O-L-L.
Well, that's a little like my last name's Coleman.
Yes, yeah. Leave it to my co-host,
I do apologize.
That's the first rule of journalism, It always gets the name right? I don't always do it either. So
well, Guy, you've had so many things. First, I want to say I enjoyed the one that works with Marilyn Turner. I mean, not Marilyn Turner, but works with Robbie. Frank Turner, is it? Or
Frank Turner. Right.
Frank Turner. He did a wonderful.
We got to get you watching more often, Ray.
I know.
Struggling with these.
I know it. I know it. But I want to.
You want me to do the talking?
I enjoyed him when he did that thing about the swings.
That was a nice piece because I think it really wasn't about swings. It was about the school board not getting it, and I think that was a great illustration of that.
It was a really good illustration. I think it made people wake up. I think they don't realize,
That it did.
Good luck to you, and I hope everything. You get your name right one of these times.
Thanks a lot, Ray. I appreciate it. I'm just giving.
Thank you, Guy, for being with us.
Here. Nice to see both of you. Have fun and enjoy the day.
Hey, we have probably the biggest name in the Ford family, Edsel Ford II. I'm glad to meet you, Edsel Ford.
Good to be here. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Tell me about yourself. I know you're named after the car, but what else?
No, the car was named after him.
Well, actually, it was neither, but Edsel Ford was my grandfather, and the reason I'm here tonight is I'm chairman of Catch.
Tell us about Catch. What is it?
Well, as you know, Catch was a charity founded by Sparky Anderson about 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm the second chairman of the board of trustees.
Yes, could I ask you something, Edsel? Do you own an Edsel?
No, I don't own an Edsel. Well, I left my wedding in an Edsel, but I don't own one personally.
You left what?
I left my wedding in an Edsel.
Well, I tell you what, how long was that car in existence? About 2 years, 3 years?
It was in existence 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a nice car. And if you've got one nowadays, you got yourself a pretty penny. If you've got one, it's in nice shape.
Absolutely.
Tell me, what are your future plans? Are you retired. You're not retired. Are you working with?
No. I've been with Ford Motor Company for 22 years, and I'm presently the president of Ford Credit.
Oh, my, you're a busy person.
Small little finance company.
Oh, that's all. I'm glad to meet you. And I'll tell you what.
Nice to meet you,
I
too.
hope you good luck to you in anything you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'd like to ask him another question. Etzel, could you please tell us exactly what this benefits? Does this benefit children that are handicapped or that are...
Well, all the proceeds that we get at Catch, 50% of them go to Children's Hospital of Michigan, and the other half go to the pediatric clinic at Henry Ford Hospital.
Oh, I see. Well, that's very nice. That's a real nice setup for that,
yeah,
you know?
It's good.
Well, again, we want to thank you, Etzel, and good luck to you, and we're glad to meet you.
Great, thank you.
Because I know I work at one of your companies that just got off a strike.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, Carter. Because we work at General Motors, but I'll tell you one thing, Ford has got quite a product, and we like to have some of that profit over General Motors. If you don't mind us.
Now, profit sharing. The people who work for Ford get a nice piece of money for profit sharing. What do we get at General Motors? $300? I couldn't buy us an Etzel.
If you excuse the expression, we might get a McDonald's gift today after what we did. But you probably hear everything like that.
Now, we've got a good company. We've been lucky.
Well, good luck to you, and thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
We got a real treat. If you've never met been in Detroit, you're meeting Dennis Archer, the mayor of Detroit, and it's quite a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here, and it's great to be here at the theater in Royal Oak for a very great fundraiser catch that will benefit the children that need medical help at Children's Hospital and at Henry Ford Hospital. I think it's just outstanding. Sparky Anderson, the conception of the idea and the money that has been raised, it's just been wonderful for the entire community.
Mayor, you've done a lot of things for Detroit ever since you took over at Coleman Young, and I think you've done a great big job making Detroit back to normal.
Well, I'll tell you, we had a negative image that needed to be improved, and I'm very delighted to see that the national press has given us great exposure, and they've been very complimentary of the city.
You're a busy man. You work hard. You know, Mayor, I tell you one thing, you've done a lot. You've shown people, get them off the ground, and I'll tell you one thing, I hope Detroit keeps on prospering, and I think it will.
We will, and the reason I think we'll do that is that there is an appreciation for the fact that this is a region that needs to work together. It's not Detroit versus Auburn Hills or Detroit versus Novi or Livonia or Grosse Pointe, but rather it's the Detroit region versus the Chicago or Cincinnati or Cleveland or Baltimore region. And there's so many things we need to work together on that it's in our best interest to work together as an entire community. I think people have an appreciation for that.
Yes, Mayor, you know, I was watching you on television, and you looked so awful happy when the Red Wings took that Stanley Cup. The people of Detroit behaved so well, and here right now at this present time, this is another feather in your cap for these nice people that are doing this for Children's Hospital. It's just marvelous.
Well, I will tell you something. We have a very generous community. People believe in children. They want to be of help to children. When you think about it, as adults, after all is said and done, the whole issue is how can we make life better for children and for senior citizens? And in this interest, we're trying to raise some money for the health care of the children's needs. And everybody, and you guys are doing a great job, too. Let me thank you for being out here and sort of carrying the message of what's going on. And the city of Detroit, our image is coming back. The city's coming back. We're creating jobs. We're having new housing. The property values are going up. When our property values go up in the city, property values go up in our great suburban neighborhoods in the southeastern Michigan. We all win when we work together.
Well, we want to wish you